friends, in this video we are going to create a form. Basically it will be a to-do list. We will be able to add a new to-do. Let's say if you add like buy newspaper, you will be able to add that. You will be add this already added to-do list as done, and that's pretty much. So we'll be taking care of how to create a form, how to create change handlers, how to submit a form, and how to update the existing state. So stay tuned for this video. So let's get started. So to start with, so we have a blank page here. So I'll be starting with a blank form. And so what our main motive is to create a to-do list, and it will be a simple form which will check what to do actually. So let's say if the label says what to do, and this will take a value, and the value would be an input box. Okay, and so let's say how are we going to iterate this? First, think about this. So let's say if we have three things to do in a day: get the newspaper, get the milk, and turn off the AC. So these are the three things. So what we need to do is, so basically we have to maintain a state that says that yes, so these are the things you have to do during the day, and the values. So the value is something where we say that yes, this thing you have to do, and this will be in the form of string, and we will check whether it's done or not. If it's not done, there will be a button of doing that. So let's say I am adding a boolean of is done, so I can pass this state here now. So to see this whether it's working or not, what you can do is you can use the state, and for the predefined values you can use really okay. So what I can do is, so I'll do something like this. So let's say to do is an interface, and that particular thing takes these two values, and the state is something is a to-do list. Really, this takes an array of to-dos, so that makes sense actually. Sorry, because you will be having a list of to-dos, and if I remove this, so this is a state and the to-do list. So to-do list will be an array now, and this array will take two values. So first will be the value, let's say get milk, and whether it's done or not. So let's say if I add is done equals false, so probably it will say that yes, the get milk is not done yet. So we have created a form, and we will be showing whatever the user is entering here. So we can push that value in the to-do list. So probably before starting with that, let's see if we are able to generate that or not. So what I can do is create the list. So create list is something which will be creating the list of elements available. So create list will return like let's say this dot state dot to do list dot map. It will return all the list values actually, and let's say for starting we can do what can we list dot value. So for the very initial purpose initial phase, it will give me, let's say, okay, so probably this will return, sorry, yeah, you can see get milk is here. So probably when a user adds something, so this will be there. So what we need to do is so the get milk is there, and we have to create a this dot create button, and probably we can pass the index also. So this list will be the to do. So we have created the interface for that, and index will be the number. Sorry. Okay, and we can pass this index here. So what this create button will do? So create button will create a button and return, and this will check index. Actually, we can pass, and this will be number, and it will check if this dot state dot to do list of index. If it's a false, index dot is done. If it's already done, we need not have to do show anything. Probably we can return a null. And if it's not done, what will we do is we can create a button and do this. So we can add to this something like this. So if you go here, so there is a get milk. So this is not done. So we can create a to do this, and probably I can add done. And once a user click on this, actually on click, so probably I can add this dot done, and sorry, and done. And what will be done? This index is will be set to true. If I pass index, so I'll create a separate function like done, and let's say store all list equals to list. And probably if I add something like this dot, or if I index, and if you do like all list of index dot is done equals true, and just dot set. So this is basically is the adding the state to. So whatever we have changed, if a user clicks on done, probably this can be done. So let's say it's missing. So on click is start. Oh, probably if you want to add a function here, you have to do this something like this. Okay. So if I click on done, so this is done. So the next part would be so how to add that. So this is, we have created an input box, and we can add this as we can use the value as this dot state dot new to do. So new to do will be something like this will be a string, and the value of new to do will be, let's say, initial value will be kind of blank. And once a user clicks on submit, probably I'll create some button here which says submit, add, something like that. Okay, if you click on add, so this will add to do. Okay, what is this add to do? So I'll create a add to do function. What this is going to do is this is going to update, so whatever the to-do list. So probably I'll use this same syntax, and all list dot push. What we need to push actually, so we have the interface here, so we can push something like this. So this will not be the get milk now, so this will be this dot state dot new to do, and initial value will be false. So this is something what we are going to add, and we have to make a on change method also. So that's the thing what we just dot handle change. So this is something which we have to use in case of form elements. So what this handle change is going to do, so this handle change is basically going to update the state whatever we are using. So probably this is going to update the state of new to do, by whatever. So E will be the event which is passing. So we can use any here. E dot target dot value. Sorry. So this to get milk is done. So if I use this as done, so this will work. So new to do like get newspaper. Okay, the form is submitting to somewhere else. So let me do this. Add to do. So this will take an event of any. So basically, this is taking the default configuration of uh, the form. Actually, if you use a form, it will take the default loading kind of things. So let's say get newspaper. Or probably if I click on add, this is not doing anything. So add to do is something. Okay, so I'm adding this, and we have to use this dot set state, and this state will be the to-do list will be all list. So this will work actually. Get newspaper. So you can see there is a get newspaper and the button is here, and the last thing was clean the house, something like that. And if you mark it as done, so this is done, this is done, this is done. So probably once this is added, we can remove the things actually. So new to do will be blank. So if I refresh this, get newspaper. See, so once you added that, so this is added here, so you can mark this as done, mark this as done, and you are done. So this is a basic to-do apps I've created. So using forms, you can add the labels, input and handlers, the form submit button, and you can create the atomic inputs like this. So this is pretty much about this. So these are the basic forms we are going to use in any of the upcoming applications, or you guys can use any in the applications. So how to create a state, how to use that, how to create atomic components, how to use maps, you can see here. Okay, that's pretty much. Thank you. Bye bye.